Hey carnivores, I'm Cassandra. Welcome to my Apex Odyssey. Hey everybody, I wanted to give another update on my emotional eating journey. This is the third week, and I did end up eating after dark yesterday evening, and it may have been for some emotional reasons because I wasn't hungry and I really didn't need to. So I wanted to talk about what might have caused it and what I can do about it in the future. Now, in the grand scheme of things, probably didn't do anything too detrimental to my health, but I don't want to be doing that because, a lot of research, as far as I can tell, says that you're better off eating during daylight hours, especially people with insulin resistance like me. And I have really been sticking to that for the last 3 weeks. That's the first time it happened. So let's talk about what was going on Saturday. I did have a big day. I had planned to go see my mom. So my mom, who is 71, got married a few weeks ago. And I asked her, she's moving out of a place that she's lived for a long time into her husband's place. So I asked her, while you're moving stuff, if you find any old towels, save me a couple, because I like to wrap them around my head when I'm drying my hair, because, new towels are too big and heavy when they get old and kind of raggedy. They make good head wrap towels for after I wash my hair. So anyway, I hadn't gotten to pick them up yet. She did have some for me, but I had messaged her and told her on Saturday I was going to come out to her place and pick up those towels if they were still there, because she's not living there anymore. And she said, yeah, come on, come get them. So I didn't think anything about it. She said she was going to be there getting the rest of her stuff, and I figured we'd visit for a little while. And whenever I got there, they were doing a full-blown move out. And my younger son went with me, so we obviously we helped. We were happy to, but we just weren't prepared for that, or I wasn't prepared for that. I just figured, and I didn't realize that other people were going to be there. My brother and sister were there, for example. A nephew was there, just other family members helping move. And so, and I'm an introvert, so I kind of have to be prepared for social interaction. So there was a little more social interactions than I was prepared for. And that was fine. I tolerated it okay. But it was just an additional stressor of the day. And then one of the things we were doing was, I'm trying to keep my dog entertained while I talk. We ended up cleaning out my dad's room. My dad passed away like 3 years ago, I think. Yeah, I think it was 3 years ago or 4 years ago. And the anniversary of his death is actually coming up pretty soon. But we're cleaning out his room and his things as well, and ended up coming across a lot of his stuff that brought up a lot of memories. So that was also very emotional. And then, everything went fine. I felt okay. I sort of did not acknowledge or participate in anything stressful. I got a little aggravated because we had taken a load of stuff to a thrift store to donate it, me and one of my sons, and then we took another load of stuff, and when we got it there, they said we don't take donations after whatever time. We'd missed the point where we could drop stuff off. She's like, you can bring it back Monday. We don't live here. We live, an hour and a half away. I'm not bringing it back on Monday. I'll be at work. But, and that was just like, seriously? Y'all are open for another 30 minutes. You can't take these 2 trash bags full of stuff. And they, I didn't argue with them. I'm just like, no, I'll probably just throw it away. So I do get aggravated about that, but not enough to let it ruin my day. Just like, that was dumb. Everybody thought it was dumb. But So we left there, and I had this bag in the back seat of my car that smelled. It was one of those scented black trash bags, and it was in my back seat, and the smell of it was just so overwhelming. I couldn't stand it. I had to get my son to put it in the trunk so that it wouldn't, I mean, it was like making my head hurt and my eyes hurt and my nose burn. The smell was just awful. So that was another stressor. And none of this together was overwhelming. Then both of my sons ended up being there because my older son had to pick up some stuff because he had lived there for a while too. And we met at Cracker Barrel for dinner. And I got a steak and a grilled chicken tender thing. It was part of a chicken breast, I think. I don't know. It was fine. It was plenty of meat. I gave the boys both sides. And then we went home, and we had to unload the car at the dumpster when we got home. And it, I don't want to make it sound like we threw away a bunch of really good stuff. It was mostly junk, so we ended up leaving that at the dumpster. But my car was dirty. The back seat of my car was filthy and dusty, and which just upset me. I'm gonna have to. I have a newish car, and I don't want to be using it to haul dirty stuff around yet. I'm sure over time it will get itself, we'll break it in, but it's not yet. So that was just another stressor for the day, and a bunch of little things that piled on. And so I got back, and it was probably 5 or 6 o'clock when we got back, but I ended up eating. It was after dark. It might have been around 9:30 at night because I was in here. I had brought home a lot of stuff. I brought home some keepsakes from my dad, some art that he had made, and different little things that we found of his. And then my mom gave me some stuff. I got my towels and some things even from my grandmother who passed away 30-something years ago. And so it was really emotional. I did not feel like I was stressed at the time, but I think clearly it all sort of piled on to the point that I was pretty stressed late in the evening when I got home. So I made myself, I wasn't hungry. I just wanted to do something. I wanted to participate in something that I have sort of a habit of doing that helps me relax. And that is sit down in front of the TV with a plate of, like, I would almost say it's like a charcuterie tray. If I had been eating in the past, it would be things like crackers and peanut butter and cheese and olives and just different little things, because that always seemed really indulgent to me. And this time I had some boiled eggs and some bacon and some hamburger meat and some roast beef. Just a small amount of a bunch of different little things. And so it was all legal carnivore. And I felt okay. I got stuffed, which is something that I haven't done in a while. I'm throwing a bone to my dog again. I have been for the last 3 weeks. That's one of the things that I noticed was, only eating twice a day, and the last meal of the day being at like 5:30ish. I would not get that comfortably stuffed feeling, and I was fine, but it's not a problem. But I wanted to do that at this point. I needed that, what Kelly Hogan refers to as volume. I just felt like I needed to do that, and it, is an indulgent treat for myself. And so I was really full, like all night long. And the next morning I woke up and I was still really full, and I think that may have something to do with I was diagnosed with gastroparesis a long time ago, like at least 10 years ago. So, maybe that's why the food felt like it was still in there this morning when I woke up. I don't know. But, I mean, I haven't been sick. I hadn't felt bad. It felt like it was still with me. Um, did it make me feel better? Uh, I mean, yeah, I guess it was, an indulgent treat that didn't do me any harm, and probably, helped me with some sort of overwhelming feelings that had been avoiding all day and still have avoided it. I hadn't spent a whole lot of time thinking about it, but yeah, I guess that's how it goes. What all the emotions were, I don't know, because I still haven't named them, but I can't think of a name for them. Whatever it was, I'm really not sure. I have given it some thought, but I don't know what it is. Um, but I haven't eaten after dark today. I'm ready to get back on the not eating after dark thing. I don't need to be having digestive issues all night long. And so here we go. I mean, this one time in 3 weeks, we'll see if I can stay away from it for the next 3 weeks. And so, what do you all think? I mean, seriously. What do you do when you get stressed out? It's easy for me, whenever I was in the process of fixing the food, I'm like, this is not on the plan that you've made for yourself, but at the same time, the little voice on the other shoulder, it's like, it's not hurting you. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing here that's not on your plan. So, it's a hard argument to make either way to have not done it. But I think sometimes you just have to commit to stuff. As far as not eating after dark for the rest of the time, have there been any benefits? I'm not sure. I haven't been checking my blood sugar too often because I don't have any. I only have a few strips, and I don't want to buy any more right now. I'm trying to not spend money on stuff that's not benefiting me, and at this point, since even though my blood sugar gets a little high sometimes, I mean over 100, it may be, it's been 120 or 130 or something like that. It's not in a danger zone, so why am I spending this money to monitor something that's doing okay and has been doing okay for a while? But I do have a few. So I've been checking it, and it does seem like it's been better. I mean, it's been around 109, and in that neighborhood instead of 130. So maybe it is helping some. Can't wait for maybe another month or so. I'm gonna get my A1C and my fasting insulin done again, to see if it's made any difference and see if it's continued to improve. I mean, the last time there was a big difference, but the previous 6 months, it was pretty good. So maybe it'll be better again. Looking forward to seeing how that's going. And I have felt lighter. You know what it's like whenever you're comfortably stuffed and you don't want to get up and do anything because you're just like, oh, so full. I haven't experienced any of that until last night. So overall, I do feel healthier. So maybe it's worth it. It's not, I don't want to say it's somehow I want to live the rest of my life, not eating after dark. And a lot of that has to do with, that's just not something that you can completely plan for, especially the way that I work now. I don't know, 6 months from now, I may have a totally different work schedule. You just can't plan for everything. So, I don't know. Do you think it makes any difference? I'm not sure. So, going to plan a live stream for the next sometime in the next few days because I need to learn how to do it. I mean, I did a couple and then deleted them. I didn't. I mean, I only kept them up for they weren't planned. I only kept them up for a minute or so just to make sure that everything was operational, and then I deleted them so there's nothing to watch. But I did check and make sure that I can do it on my phone. I don't know if I need to figure out how to read comments and all that kind of stuff. And to do that, I need people in the chat. So I'm going to try to schedule something and see if I can. I mean, I don't have a ton of subscribers at the moment, but I'm hoping that a couple of people will pop in just to make a comment so I can test out the controls. So come on. Look for that. And if you're not doing anything that evening, it'll have to be one day after work. Stop in and say hi just for a couple minutes and leave a couple of comments so I can see if I can read them or not, figure out where they are and how to operate it. And that would be a huge help to me because I'm still really excited about going to this charity ball and being able to live stream that some. My costume should be done within the next couple of weeks. I'll give y'all maybe a sneak peek of that. And so this coming up weekend, I'm going to my mom's new home to see that. She's finally gotten all settled in. And then the next weekend, I'm going down to close to the coast to do the treasure market. So, and I'm going to definitely vlog some of that. I might do a little bit of live streaming there. So maybe we'll make it a regular thing. We'll see y'all around.